Hey everyone, back with another video. Today I just want to go over this annoying face, which I'm sure some of you are having trouble with at the moment. Google pushed out an update last night, as of the date of this video, that has been affecting some users on Android 6.0, on the Redmi Note 3 and a few other devices as well. But I'm just going to be doing a quick video here on how we can get this issue resolved through doing a system update. Now, it is technically possible to undo the update that Google did, but I feel like it's probably just safer to get this on the latest version and a little more practical as well. So I'm going to go through some steps on how we can get this updated. So the first thing you need to do is get this into safe mode. Now, if your phone is doing this, I'm assuming it has a little bit of charge, but all you want to do is just hold down this volume down button here on your phone, and just keep holding it when you see this face until you get into safe mode. This is actually going through some preparing. It's going to crash in a moment, but if I just keep holding it, once it gets to the end of this, it should hopefully go into safe mode, and then we can do a couple little things so that we can get this updated. So just bear with me. Okay, so now our phone has booted into safe mode. And what we need to do, and here we got this error message coming up. What we need to do is just unlock our device, and we need to get rid of the fingerprint and swipe security before we can install our update package. On topic of update package, if you haven't seen the post already, you will need to download one. Just take a look at that post and you'll see a download link for an update package. You'll need to get that on your phone. Just keep in mind there's two different types of phones. There is the standard Redmi Note 3 and there is the special 4G Plus edition. If you're not sure which one's which, easiest way is to grab your tape measure and just measure it. If it's 152 mils like this one is, then you have the 4G Plus. If it's just 150 mils tall, then it's the just the standard. The 4G Plus code name is Kate. The standard code name is Kenzo. So just make sure you download the right package. Anyway, what we're going to do is head over to lock screen, and we're going to go down to fingerprint. I'm going to remove my fingerprint, delete, and then we're also going to change the screen lock to swipe. And that should be all we need to do for now. So now we're just going to turn the phone off. It'll shut down. And now we're going to get this into recovery mode. So it'll vibrate, now it's off. Okay, to get it into recovery mode, hold down the volume up and now hold down the power button. Once the screen comes on, you can let go of the power button, but keep the volume up held. Wait a few moments and it should boot into our recovery environment. And there we go. This particular recovery is called Team Win Recovery Project, and it's pretty neat. So now that we're in the recovery, you may want to firstly do a backup of everything. In case you make any mistake here during this update, you can hit backup here, and you can back up the entire system, and it essentially puts it into a TWRP folder on the phone, which you can then copy and paste to your computer using your USB cable. This is just the same one that came with the phone. Just pull it out of the charging brick, plug it into my computer here, and it will come up as a device, which you will see now. And you can then copy and paste your files, and you can copy and paste your photos and music as well if you want. But to just back up, just swipe to back up. Now, one thing I'll also keep in mind is the storage. You're going to want to have ample storage after you back up. So if you only have, let's say, 2000 megabytes left and your system is greater than that, you're going to have a problem. You may want to move photos or other media off your device before you make a backup and before you put the update package on here, because you're going to need a little bit of space. You need at least 3,000 megabytes after you finish your backup. So you can kind of work out this backup will be about 3,800 megabytes. I've got 16,000. I've got heaps of space, so I'm fine. But just keep in mind, you don't want to run out of space. That's going to be annoying. I've already made a backup though, so I'm just going to go back, and I'm going to copy the update package to my phone now, because we are connected to a computer. So I'm going to do that right now, and it should be on my phone now. Okay. So what we're going to do is head over to install. Now I just pressed it there and I was already in a folder, but if you get to this, this huge list, just go down to SD card, and then now we have our update here. It says Redmi Note 3 4G Plus Special, Kate, which is our device. And then we go into there, we've got 3 stages to do. So we're going to stage 1. Now you'll notice it's empty, but we just have to hit install image, and we just need to update the recovery first. So we tap on this, hit recovery, swipe to confirm flash, we'll hit back, I'll just go to home, reboot, and then I'm going to reboot back into the recovery. We just want to update the recovery before we update the rest of the system. Just make sure we're all on the same page. Most will already be up to date, but I don't want to risk it in case there's an older one installed somewhere. Just make sure that everything is going to work as intended. So this is going to boot back into the recovery by itself. I don't do any button presses or anything. So now we go back to install. We're going to go up a level. Now we're going to do stage 2. So there are 3 files here, and we just go A, B, and C. So we tap on A, add more zips, tap on B, add more zips. And this last one is optional. I kind of recommend it. This allows you to use ad blocking, for example, on your device, but it may prevent you from using some apps that don't approve of root access. Examples include Pokemon Go. Some banking apps now do this. Pretty rare, but still. I think the 7-Eleven app. It's not very many, but if you have been having a trouble where certain apps won't run because it says that your device is rooted, then skip that, because then you won't have root. I recommend it though. There are other ways to block ads without root, but they're not very good. And you can always remove root in the future. I will create a separate tutorial on how to do that. It's very simple. So I'm going to keep root, so I'm going to tap on that. Now I'm just going to tick this box here that says reboot after installation is complete, and we're going to swipe to confirm flash. Now this is going to go through a process of flashing files. It'll take a minute or two, and once it's finished, it actually will pop up with a screen, or it should at least, asking if you want to install the Twerp app, and you really don't. You just uncheck the boxes and then hit do not install. So we'll give this a few moments. Okay, so now that the phone has restarted, I've let it sit for a little while, and it's gone through all the updates, and now I can unlock. And you'll see it says CM to lineage migration build, and this is moving from the old version of Android to the new one. And it might ask you if you want to use Nova Launcher as home. Say always, unless you have another preferred launcher. And once we see it to sign in, we should be good to turn this off again, and then we will flash the last stage of this, which will be the newest available ROM with the newest firmware package. So wait till the lights go off here. We hold down the volume up, and then we hold the power button. I'm just going to get back into that recovery. I can let go of that power button now. Wait with that volume button still held, and we should see the recovery in a moment. And there we go. Okay, so we go back to install, go up a level, we'll go to stage 3, and you just want to flash these two files here that are in the list, and then add zips, and then once you've got them all, just swipe to confirm flash, and then it's going to do the same process again. It'll reboot into Android. Okay, so now our device is fully updated. All the ROMs have been installed, and we have a working device again on the latest version of Android. So now what we're going to do is just a little bit of housekeeping and setup. So for starters, let's get the widgets back. So we'll just hit setup there on that widget. We'll hit OK. That should be all good. Calendar widgets there. If you have any other widgets, you may want to reconfigure them if necessary. On the topic of widgets, there is a new version of Weather Zone that actually provides a really good clock widget, and I've already got Weather Zone updated. If you don't have this available, you may need to go to the Play Store and just check that you've got the latest version. I'm going to long press on this, hit App Info. I'm going to uninstall the old digital clock, and I'm going to put in the new Weather Zone clock. I think this one, the classic, that's it. This one just tends to be a little more accurate, a little more up to date, a little nicer to look at, I think, a little more useful. It may take a little while to populate, but it does come up as a nice little clock. Now next, we may want to set up our fingerprints again. So we go into settings, and oh, it actually says here use fingerprint, and just follow the prompts. It should be pretty straightforward. I'll skip that for now. The next thing is to set up a root and ad blocking if you chose to keep that. So again, we'll go into settings, swipe all the way down. You should have developer options, and we swipe down to root access. Now it says apps only at the moment. We're just going to tap that again, and now we should be able to go over to Adaway. Here we go. We can give Adaway root access, and now we can update Adaway so it can stop ads from coming on. Side note with ad blockers, if you are doing a Google search and there are Google ads, it does block those as well. So if you're wondering why those links don't work, it's the ad blocker. Just keep scrolling through the list and you'll find the actual sites that you're looking for. I just occasionally see some very dodgy looking ads in those lists, and it's probably better not to have them working anyway. Okay, Symlink, yes. Okay, now it says enabled and it's all working. So ad blocking is working. Whilst we're here, we'll uninstall Pandora, since unfortunately Pandora is no longer around. So just a long press to unlock the screen. Long press on Pandora, icon options, uninstall. See Pandora. Spotify is a good alternative. Otherwise, TuneIn is good as well if you just want radio. Next, we just want to check that our apps are up to date. So if we go into the Play Store, we can swipe left here, see my apps and games. And I can see that I've got quite a few apps that need to be updated. So I'm going to hit update all. Now, if this list is quite small, you may be affected by a glitch that I see from time to time, where there are apps installed on the device, but the Google Play Store doesn't realize they're there. If you have that situation where there's very few, just search for the apps that are missing. So for example, Facebook, and if there is a problem, it will show that it needs to be updated here. Just once you update it, then it stays there in the Play Store and keeps automatically updating. So that's just going to run in the background. The next thing is the keyboard. Now it switches back over to the stock keyboard, which is fine, but I do recommend Gboard, which is Google's keyboard, is really, really good. Get that set up. Alternatively, SwiftKey is a good alternative. I think that was set up on a lot of devices. They're both excellent. I personally prefer Gboard nowadays because it has the Google search built in, which is a really cool feature. But otherwise, you can't go wrong with either. The stock keyboard just doesn't have as good prediction, that's all. So here we are in Gboard, and we can set up a theme and or preferences to how you like it. So I generally like to make it a bit taller. Yeah, nice and tall already. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Sometimes I like to, add custom words and things, but we won't do that right now. Next, we just want to upgrade our camera. Now, I will leave a link for this to download. For now, I'm just going to install it manually. I'm just going to plug it into my computer here. I'll copy that file. Google have a special camera app, and some developers have made it work on our phone, which is really nice, and it makes a really big difference to overall sound quality. Oh, not sound quality, picture quality. Sound quality is actually slightly improved in the video as well, but picture quality is quite top notch now with the new Google camera. So I'll just install that in a second. So I've just copied the file to the phone. I mean, the link, you can just tap on that and that will download it, and then you can install it from your downloads. But I figured I might as well do it the traditional way. And of course, when you plug it into the computer, you have to go into the notifications and then change from charging to transfer. And now I can see this on my computer. Okay. So I'm just going to sort of dump it in the root right there. And our files icon has disappeared, so I'll just put that back. And we'll go into files, go to Redmi Note 3, and I'll rename this better, but that's our camera app. I'm just going to hit install. And that is now installed. I'll hit done, and I will put that on our home screen for nice, easy access. Yeah, we just have to unlock the screen again. You can turn this feature off if you've got into the habit of locking your phone all the time. I know, for example, when I first started tinkering with smartphones, I always forgot to lock the phone, and I would accidentally delete everything. But here we go. We just give it all permissions, and our camera should be working now. And we have the new Google camera, which gives you excellent photo quality. Just before we finish up though, I do want to mention a couple other things. Once things are updated, you don't need those update files. Feel free to go into your file explorer. I'm just going to get into list view. There we go. And then this folder here, the update files, you can just send that to the trash. That'll save up a bit of space for you. The other thing is to head over to settings, and I would recommend going all the way down to the bottom, selecting About Phone, go to Lineage OS Updates, and just turn this off. Set it to manual for now. The updates that come through are generally just nightlies, and they're untested, so I recommend just waiting, and we'll send out tested updates when they're ready. So yeah, that's it for now. Let me know if you have any trouble in the comments. Hopefully this all goes smoothly, and have fun. Thanks for watching.